Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23. It is now time for round 13 of our MotoGP career mode, and it is time for the circuit of Buddh for the Indian GP. Now as you can see on the screen right now, unfortunately we will be starting quite far back. I was unable to get into Q2. I really pushed and I really tried, but unfortunately Alicia Spargo and at the time it was Luca Marini went 0.3 of a second quicker than me, and I just couldn't conjure up any more time, so we start from a very lowly 15th position. So you know the drill, we will start from the 15th position in the sprint. We'll wait for the red lights to disappear and hopefully we can get a good start. Wow, I wish I had a start like Morbid. Well, actually no, Morbidelli had a fantastic start and immediately decided to go slow. And speaking of slow, the AI do tend to go quite slow here into the first corner, so I'm going to try and take up a few positions if I can and hopefully regain this spot. I've got to say, up by 10 positions in one corner is quite alright as far as I'm concerned. So we're now up on the inside of Marco Bezzecchi, almost hit Jorge Martinez. The AI do tend to go a little bit wide here, but the most infuriating part is even though they went onto the rumble strip there, we in the slipstream are still not as fast as the Desmond Sedaichis ahead of us. So this is going to be a tough Grand Prix when it comes down to the long straights. We might be okay here in the sprints, but for the long Grand Prix in a minute, well, in a few moments, it's going to be very difficult. But as it stands, we're up to 4th place, an 11 grid place improvement. What a start for us here in the Indian GP. I don't think we could have done this any better as it stands. So the rides go a little bit deep there. Notices in qualifying I was able to regain some positions, and they go deep into this left-hander here, so I can also regain some positions and hopefully not make contact with Bastianini as we gain a few more positions. We are now up into, well, we were temporarily up into the top 2. Oh, goodness me. I got a little bit too focused on what Bastianini was doing there, and I actually creeped towards him by using a bit of acceleration as we now go into the difficult left-hander for turn 12. Now the right-hander here, you've got to be very careful because it's so easy to get a little bit too audacious and go too tight to the apex there and incur the wrath of a track limit warning. So I need to be very careful of that. Also be very careful there, because coming out of there will invalidate your lap time in time trial. I do believe having that experience with Joan Mir in my very first run of this circuit on the Repsol Honda back when this game first came out. So, as it stands, we've been given the objective to defeat Jack Miller, or at least get better points than him over the next couple of races. I've gone too deep there into turn 1. Where is Jorge Martin? I think we're safe. He might attack me here on the right-hander though. I don't think he's close enough yet, but as it stands, 3rd place. Bastianini was extremely wide there. Should definitely be getting some sort of track limit warning, but of course, as we know, the AI don't do that. Yellow flags were out temporarily. Another yellow flag there momentarily. But, oh, Jorge Martin. I've not even had the chance to discuss what I want to discuss in this video so far. Jorge Martin fast going into the straight there. He's got really closing in, and Bastianini off the circuit again. Here comes the man on board the Prima Pramac Ducati. It is Jorge Martin. So as it stands, we can finally calm down ever so slightly, because wow, Bastianini's going to knock himself out if he's not careful. He's all over the circuit, and he's going to go into deep into the right-hander there, so I can go tight and got the track limit warning. Contact ensued. Oh wow, I braced myself. I tensed up for that because I thought that was going to be dire consequences. Thankfully we stayed on the motorcycle, but the Desmond Sedaichi GP23 will not be deterred, or will he be, as we dive back over the inside for turn 12, and we've regained the 2nd position. Good stuff so far. Happy with the progress. 13 positions gained in 2 laps. What a start here in Buddh. Ooh, goodness me. Bastianini's all over the rear tyre there. Quite strong into the final corner. Was able to gain a few extra positions when following Luca Marini in the qualifying. Qualifying was looking pretty good until Johan Zarco and Marini and Espargaro started chucking in some fast lap times. But as it stands, we started from 15th. You know what happened. Now it's down to us to capitalise on this start. Hopefully we can dethrone Bastianini from... Well, not really, because we are ahead, but I'm concerned for this straight. We're 0.3 of a second ahead of him. Can we hold on to the position before we get to where the long lap penalty area is? 0.1 of a second it is. Bastianini's closing, but he's not quick enough to get in the way, is he yet? Oh, really breaking firm into the right-hander for turn 4. Beautiful apex, though. I think I timed that beautifully well. As Pecco Bagnaia, just like he did in the real MotoGP race, I think, for the sprint, was it? I think he just dashed ahead. Now I'm beginning to question myself. Marco Bezzecchi won the Grand Prix, but I don't remember if Pecco won the sprint. I think he did. I'm pretty certain he did. I have no idea anymore. Mind has gone completely blank. We're 1 second ahead of Bastianini. Johan Zarco and Marie... excuse me, my commentary's not coming together today. Zarco and Martin are down in 4th and 5th. The Prima Pramac duo. They're not that far behind. And as I've seen in the team comparison, the Prima Pramac Ducati team are growing all the time. So the Desmos Adichie GP23 bikes are just the top of their game in our MotoGP career mode as it stands. Now, I've got to say, I didn't know what to expect going into this one because I'm pretty certain in Moto 2, apart from a little scare towards the end of the video, we were actually pretty solid. We led every single part of the race right to the end where Sam Lowe's decided to get involved, and I think we came out with a victory. I do believe I already have the achievement for winning here in the Indian GP. Now, I'm a little bit unsure of the pronunciation of this circuit. Now, I have had a chat with a few of the aces, and apparently it's pronounced Buddh. So I took to the social media, took to my Instagram, and I've got a good friend called Sid, the same gentleman I spent time with in Manicourt, half Indian. Well, in fact, he is Indian, it's just that he lives in France for a long time now. And he assured me that the pronunciation of this circuit is actually just Buddh, which, I gotta say, I'm disappointed in. Look at Johan Zarco going really wide there, but I've got to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed the pronunciation's just straight up Buddh. I like to call it Buddha. It sounds like a little bit more funkier, but yeah, apparently it's Buddh. So if I do fall back into my old ways, look at that around the outside. Oh, beautifully done on Bastianini, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to go wide, or at least I'm going to go wide, and I have to try and get the position back here, diving in to the right-hander, wait for them to go a little bit deep, go for the tight line, and we do regain the 2nd position. Beautifully done here in #BuddGP, the Indian GP. It just doesn't sound right to say that, honestly. It feels like it's got way more pronunciation than just straight up Buddh, but it is what it is. So, into the left-hand side is turn 12. Zarco ahead of us. Can we regain the position on the very fast flying Frenchman? He's absolutely dominated for being fastest French rider this season. We've hardly seen Quartararo. In fact, probably the first time in a long time, I can see him there in 8th place. So, good job for the factory Yamaha man as we now dive into the left-hand side. And here Bastianini will be seething. He'll want that position back. Not only 3rd, but he'll want 2nd as well. So we've got to be careful with a red-hot beast right behind us. So here we go then, onto the brakes. Goodness me, looking like Top Rack Razgatlioglu. Oh, Top Rack Grant. Look at that. I couldn't brake there any harder into the first corner, but that has scuppered my chances of holding onto that position and fighting back for Zarco to get 2nd place. Oh, goodness me. Oh, you have to be so careful of that. When you turn in like that and you go full lean angle, you have to be so careful of the AI touching your rear tyre, because more times than not, you'll just drop to the floor because, well, the AI don't really care if you're there or not, so they're not going to pick it up mid-corner, are they? So, yeah, that was a scary one, but just gauging the gap to Zarco, he is pulling away rapidly. And I just noticed that Fabio Quartararo went down, so I may have jinxed him earlier on. But regarding the Frenchman, it's only one decent French rider right now, and that is Johan Zarco. And I'm hoping if Max B is watching this, he'll soon be a fast Frenchman in MotoGP. He's getting back onto the game. He's been playing with Cheshire Charlie, it seems. So good to see the Frenchman getting involved back on MotoGP 23. But as it stands, we've pulled a bit of time to Johan Zarco, but it's not enough to get overly excited about. 1.2 is the gap, but we go into the right-hander here. I'm going to try and avoid cutting too much of that apex. Although we might be getting closer to Zarco, we're not shaking off the beast behind us. We're running away from the number 666. The beast, of course, if you weren't familiar on that one. Got a bit too deep there for turn 15. That's cost us. That's cost us a lot of time. And across the line in just a moment's time. It's not going to be another good lap. What is it across the line? It's 1:44.5, so we actually improved. Still going rather aggressive on the brakes to turn 1. And the beast is going to be closing in. Oh my goodness, I fought too hard for this podium now. I don't want to lose it. I gave it everything. It's been a really difficult race, this one. It might not seem that, but I'm on the limit. I mean, I think I mentioned this in a previous video where someone was saying to me how much you're riding within yourself in MotoGP 23 against the 120% difficulty AI, and honestly, I'm not. Every single race I am on the absolute ragged edge. I don't know how I don't crash sometimes. The amount of pressure I'm pushing on the front end in a lot of these corners in this track is, and many of the other tracks as well, is off the scales. Mazzano I had to push quite a lot, and comparing that to a time trial of my very first race, because I had an upgraded bike, it's night and day difference, it really is. But anyway, this is going to go down to the wire against Bastianini, and now in fact it's Jorge Martin. So we're actually doing Pecco Bagnaia a tremendous favour here by holding off the beast. He's currently leading the championship by, what, 90, 100 points, something like that? He might have the championship done and dusted very soon. And I think us holding the beast back will mean that it should be a case of easy pickings for Pecco Bagnaia. Now to the right hand side. This is the final lap of the Buddh International GP. I said it again, it's Buddh, isn't it? At the Indian GP. I apologise to my Indian viewers. I know I have some very loyal Indian fans, and I apologise for butchering the name of this wonderful circuit. But now, to the left-hand side, we have 3/10 ahead of Jorge Martin. Is this enough to secure a sprint podium here in the Indian GP? It is. I can't believe it. From 15th to 3rd. Yes, I will definitely take that. And I gotta say, I felt good in this drive. I really did. I didn't feel like I should be down in 15th in qualifying. I felt that I should be up here fighting for the top 3 positions, and that's exactly what we achieved today. I'm pleased. So, championship standing wise, we are gained a few points, but not much. We're still there, 22 points behind Bezzecchi for 3rd? I think that's still possible. We'll see what happens in the next couple of races. So now moving on to the MotoGP race. You've seen the sting, you've seen the transition, so let's see what we can do. Starting from 15th, and away we go. It's not a bad start, but I think we might be alright just to regain some position. So onto the brakes. Can I get back up the inside of the KTM again? We certainly did. Not quite as impressive as the sprint, but honestly, it would be difficult to replicate what we did in the sprint. I think I've gone too wide. I've gone too fast into the corner. No. Oh, I'm down. Oh, I didn't. What? Oh, my God. We saved it. Well, I think we saved it. They crashed into me to keep me up. I have no idea, but I thought that was going to be a bit scary, and it certainly was. I don't know how we stayed on that. Oh, my goodness, Bezzecchi up on the inside. I didn't see him coming. I just panicked a little bit, but thankfully just able to stay on board and stick with ourselves. Yeah, that is me, Marco Bezzecchi. You're looking at me. You're looking at the viewers right now as well, and I hope what you said when you look behind you is, guys, subscribe. I hope Marco Bezzecchi will say that for me one day, but anyway, he tries to go around the outside. That's not going to work. You're not going to do that to me, Bez. Track limit warning. I'm trying to avoid those because now this is the full race, and it's easy to cut that corner if you're not careful, so we're going to have to be careful in this one. Very, very tentative on some of these corners. Not quite as aggressive as I was in the sprint because we've got double race distance. 12 laps of this terrific Indian GP circuit. Got to be honest, I wasn't a fan of this circuit when I first played it, but you know what? The more I've done it, and now that I've witnessed MotoGP compete here in India, I really like this track. I think it's growing on me quite a lot. And the more time I spent in practice, the more time I spent in qualifying, it's growing on me, and I feel like I'm getting quicker and quicker. So out of the final corner we go. Fast on the acceleration. Can we close back in on Bastianini and fight for a victory here in India? Bastianini may have missed out on the sprint podium, but it looks like he's sort of correcting that wrongdoing of the sprint, let's say. Onto the brakes, a little bit too gentle there for me. Into turn 3, I will need a bit of power setting 3 assistance coming out of the right-hander. Johan Zarco is in pursuit. I have 11 more laps of defence, pretty much. Oh, there's Pecco Bagnaia. Here comes Zarco. Bit of contact. Don't know what you're blaming me for, mate. You hit me. It's hardly my fault if you slam into the rear tyre of myself. I can't help with that. Oh, a little bit deep there for turn 4. Pecco, he's on a move, isn't he? If he doesn't go wide for these next couple of corners, I don't think I'll be able to stay with him. Into the left-hander for turn 5. Yes, he's gone deep. We have a chance. On the power. And then into the right-hander. I'll wait for him. I'll wait. Go for it so I can turn. Oh, I had to wait a long time. But it worked. Those small, just so tiny manoeuvres you can make in MotoGP 23 are so good. I missed that on Ride 5 because I'm very much heavy and concerned with the animations of the rider. I said this a lot in MotoGP 23, when the rider animation works, it works well with me. I can't really explain it, and I think I said that wrong, because it was in Ride 5 where I had that problem, where the AI said, well, the rider sort of brakes, and he does a weird sort of like shaking and twitching maneuver, and I hate it. It really winds me up. There's also a very slight delay in Ride 5 that when you brake, the counterpart or a virtual rider doesn't react to the button press quick enough. So here in MotoGP, I'm going to go hard on the brakes. He's already reacted the right leg's out. In Ride 5, I find it's delayed, so it tricks me into believing that sometimes I've braked too late. It's hard to explain. I'll have to maybe do a video on it. If you want to hear my ramblings in some sort of video, let me know, because it's really hard for me to explain, but I love the accuracy to the rider's movements in MotoGP 23. I find that's what makes me a much better rider. I'm so in tune with the way the rider reacts. So when he's on the brakes, in a moment's time, we'll wait for it now, we'll go onto the brakes, everything's all normal. If I then let go of the brake or lift up, you can see quite clearly that the rider's made that small adjustment. I can't explain it, but yeah, I'll have to save that for another day, because for now, commentary is going off kilter here, and I want to focus on this action that we've got ahead of us. Marco Bezzecchi's now right behind us on the circuit, and this is where we can take advantage. Wait for Pecco to go wide, wait for Zarco, and then we dive over the inside. Beautifully done. Oh, chef's kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what we needed to do right there into turn 8. Wow. We have a small moment of respite, and then it's straight back to it. Forget about Enea Bastianini. I don't know what he's had for breakfast this morning, but whatever he had certainly worked. He is now flying past us all, and he's up into, what, 4 seconds ahead of us now? Almost 4. Tights the apex there for turn 14. I'm also something to mention, actually. I'm thinking about doing it now, which is not good. I find the best thing to do is to just focus completely on the riding and just get yourself completely zoned out. At the moment, I am, but I'm losing that sense of zoning out because I'm thinking about staying in second gear for more corners. I keep seeing this comment come up, and a lot of people have said the same to me, and I think I'm beginning to learn as well. I downshift to first gear too many times, and I think it's not helping me. So now I'm thinking about not doing it, and that's what's sort of taking me out of the zone. But I do read all the comments, and I always listen to everything everyone says, and I'm learning. Give me time. With traction control down to 2, not downshifting to first too many times, we will become a very good MotoGP rider with your assistance. I know that for a fact. So, with that being said, can I dive back over the inside of Pecco? Not quite. I did drop down to first gear, but I don't think that made any difference really. I'm still about as slow as I was coming out of the right-hander there. And now for the turn 5. Yeah, look how wide Pecco goes though. I'm surprised they're not on the grass coming out of that corner. They've got to be really careful. And then into the right-hand side, this is where we're going to take advantage again. Turn 8. Thank you very much. Cheers, Pecco. We can do that all day. No problem. I'll sign that agreement right now. Every time you go into turn 8, you go wide, I'll dive back over the inside. Seems like a pretty good agreement as far as I'm concerned. Must be careful of going off the track limits there. Oh, a bit deep into turn 12. I usually like to go really tight and possibly onto the apex. And that's, speaking of apex, what was that? That was way too late. Well, too early, let's say. I turned in way too early. 0.5 of a second we gained by abusing that corner. Well, I can't do that because, well, I only have 3 more track limits. I've got to be careful here. And you know what? It's something that myself, Charlie, and Sacred Meerkat discussed a few weeks ago when we played this. There's no long lap penalty here in this game. I don't know why, because it was there in real life as Pecco gets sent to the distance. I don't know what he was trying to do there, trying to outbrake me around the outside. That was never going to work. But apparently there is no long lap loop. I'm pretty certain the long lap loop is either there or the next corner here at the bottom of this straight. It's one of those. And for some reason the long lap penalty is not in existence here in MotoGP 23. I did not know this until a few weeks ago. As Pecco Bagnaia blasts past me on the Ducati. Can we go around the outside? I guess we can't. No, Martin is involved now. In fact, with Zarco, here comes Bezzecchi. This is getting wild here in the Indian GP. We can't afford to lose too many positions though, because I can't regain that many that quickly. We've got to dive over the inside of Bez here. He's going to have the... We're going to have to wait for it. This is it. Wait for him to go wide into turn 7. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Turn. I turned too early. No! Oh, it's my 3rd track limit. I've got to be careful here. I've got to be careful, got to stop doing that. Because if I get a penalty here, it's a straight up 3-second penalty, as I say. There's no on that loop, so there's nothing I can do. Oh, I've got to be careful here. I've only got 2 more. And if I go tight to that apex again here into 13, it'll be pretty much penalty time, so I've got to be careful. Still in power setting 2 as well, boys and girls. Don't forget that. The fact that I was alright in the sprint because I had power setting 3 to keep me company. Here, I'm on power setting 2, trying to survive against 20 other extremely fast riders. Look at that! Look at that in the bottom left recording screen. There is every single rider behind me right now. If we wait 1 or 2 mistakes, it could have every single rider attacking me here. No, Pecco goes around the outside. Okay, he did prove me wrong then after all, but onto the brakes. I need power setting 3. Wait for the moment. Wait for it. Turn in. Oh, if I get caught on the curb there, it's over. In fact, I think it might already be over. Look at this. Ah, no, come on. I've got to stay with him. I really want this podium. We're doing really well recently for podiums and race victories. Oh, Bez has got the inside line. I've got to pick it up ever so slightly, but look at that. Small change. Just ever so slightly lifted the bike up there just to avoid hitting it, and I'm straight back in to regain the position. That's exactly what I'm talking about with MotoGP 23. The more I play this game, the more I fall in love with it. It's brilliant. Really good. Now onto the right-hander for turn 7 and into turn 8. Do not cut too tight. Pecco's tremendously wide. Second place is still on. Yes. We're back through, but for how much longer? Oh, tried to follow his line there, but wasn't close enough. I think if we don't get past by this corner here, turn 12, we might not have a chance to hold on to second. Now into the right-hander. We must not go wide because you get caught on that curb. Keep it together. Keep it together. 1 second ahead of Zarco as it is. A third place is still a tremendous performance, but to my knowledge, we've never had a second place. It's either been first or third when it comes to the podium, so I'd like to break that streak today. I'd like to get into second. And if you would also like to see that and like to see plenty more content, be sure to hit that subscribe button right there down below. Also hit the like button as well, just help out the channel's growth. So, to the right hand side for turn 1. I don't think I'm close enough, you know. I've got to go really late on the brakes here to try and stick with Pecco Bagnaia, the world champion and world champion elect for the 3rd time in a row. I can't. I'm even in power setting 3 here, and I can't pull in that gap of a second now. Almost 2.5 tenths of a second. We're improving this lap time. But oh, goodness me, Zarco. Again, he complained. Didn't he do that in the sprint? He hit my rear tyre, then whinged at me, gesticulating to me that he was angry that I was in the way. I don't see how that's fair, Zarco. I really don't. So on to the anchors. This is turn 5. How much time will we gain when Pecco inevitably goes wide into turn 7? That's the first part of turn 7. Be careful. Oh, I turned in way too late then. Oh, we're close, but I think that's it. It could very well be now. Defend, and I'm going to surprise you here. Defend. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, it's so hard because it's really difficult to sometimes accept that you're not quick enough and to say, okay, I'll let the second place go. But he's right there and he's still in striking distance, but he's getting away. Hard on the brakes. That's deep for turn 15. That's not how I usually like to tackle the 15th corner. And we lost time. We lost time and we lost a spot. Here comes Zarco. We've got to get him on the brakes here. I don't know if I'm going to be close enough to get him. Oh, no. I'm getting a bit distressed here. No, come on. I've got to stay with Zarco now. Look how fast he is. He's pulled away from me like I'm standing still. The Frenchman. Oh, we might have a slipstream here. Look how tight we were to the apex. I couldn't have done that any better. 4 tenths of a second improvement. With power setting 3, fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, we can stay with him. Oh, that's it, Bez. Give me a bit of a nudge. Get me closer, mate. Oh, no. I can't keep up. I'm going to go as late as I can, but Bez is right there in between us. He's run it deep. I'm going to use his power. Come on. Pull me with you, Bex. Bez. Please. I don't think we can. No, the podium is slipping through our fingers here, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you what, Maverick Vinales has come on very well, hasn't he? Come on, leaps and bounds in this Indian GP. Tight to the apex, quick change of direction. I'm panicking because I don't want that track limit warning. I'm not tackling that corner very well. Still up by 2/10 though, so it should be an improvement on the lap times, but it's not, certainly not. And Enea Bastianini 1:42.1 as Bezzecchi's getting a bit aggressive. He's completely scuppered our lap time now, actually. 42.1 for Bastianini and 1:43.7 on that last lap. My best lap being a 1:43.5 on the lap before. Oh no. Yeah, that's it. The podium's gone, hasn't it? Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed. If only I could just use power setting 3 all race, I'd probably still be able to stay with him. And now I can barely hold on to 4th because Bezzecchi's weaving and I'm still not faster than him on the straight. God damn it. Giving it everything here in the Indian GP. This is for the Indian viewers, ladies and gentlemen. This is special for them. Well, it's special for us all if we can get that victory, but it's not happening. I'm really pushing now. Seems that now the AI are just, once they got through, they're making mincemeat out of me. Oh, look at that. Bez was across the curbs and it still couldn't slow him down. Ah. 4 laps remaining of this one. It could get worse. One consolation, I'm doing better than I anticipated I would do for this full race. I thought I'd be a bit lower down. But I mean, we qualified in 15th. Any of this is an improvement, isn't it? And to be fighting for 6th place is pretty damn impressive. Actually, 5th place. We might even get to 4th, depending if Bez goes too wide. He is on the dust. He's kicking up all that sand. It slowed him down quite a lot into the right hand of a turn 7. Let's go for it this time. We don't need to panic. We did. Oh, God. Oh, well, it worked out because we got 4th, but I've got to be so careful that I've got 1 track limit warning remaining. And I don't think... Oh, careful. Yeah, Bez got hit a little bit. I don't think we need to cut the corners to be competitive here. I just think we've got to time it better. Because if you run on that curb there, you're still going to get the same advantage. It's just that you run slightly off the curb and it's an instant track limit warning. So I've got to be so careful for the rest of this race now. Again, as mentioned earlier, no long lap loop penalty. I can only just take the 3 seconds. And considering how tight this gap is right now, we can't afford to take a penalty. No way. I'm doing so much effort. I want to finish in 4th place at the very least. The bridesmaids podium, let's say. The runners-up podium. The best of the rest is 4th place. And that's exactly where I want to be. Not a single sign of other KTM, by the way. It is us doing everything for the Austrian manufacturer. We cannot do any more. We're 100 points ahead of Jack Miller, and considering the start of the season we had, that's incredible. We lost around, what, 120 points in the first 2 races? Something like that. First 3 races. And then again, Kota went surprisingly well as Bez has the inside line, but we're letting him go deep, and we retake the position. Just caught a glimpse of Johan Zarco's lap time. Sheesh. 1:41.9. That's astonishing. Great lap time from Johan. I don't even think I could do that with a fully powered RC16. Maybe the Ducati, who knows. But to the left hand side. Alright, okay. Messed that up a little bit. We were up by about 0.6 of a second then. That could have put us into the 142s. What an achievement that would have been. Especially at this stage of the race. Left hand side of the medium rear is taking a battering. The one difference now we have with reducing the traction control is we do need to be careful of the tyre wear. I was usually able to get away with soft rears. I'm not sure if we can do that anymore. Traction control just kicks up the rear ever so slightly, a bit too much. In fact, looking ahead of us, Johan Zarco has now bettered... he's bettered Bagnaia. So Pecco's down to 3rd. Interesting stuff. Culminating the final part of this race here today. Across the line, it's another solid lap time at 1:43.7. Some very consistent lap times there though, so you can see how much I'm pushing. 43.5, 43.7, 7, 43.9, 43.7. Giving it everything here in the Indian GP. But we mustn't falter now. Can we hold on to 4th place? That would be worth more than the sprint podium, honestly. In points, of course it is, but more so in just sheer effort. With power setting 2 against a track that has a straight this long, yeah, there's no way I should have even been anywhere close to the podium. No. Oh, no. No, I've gone too deep. That has completely messed me up. I'm going to get a track limit warning here, aren't I? Oh, I got away with it. Well, I guess I did lose positions, didn't I? I didn't actually gain anything there. But that could all be gone in a minute if I mess this corner up here. Luca Marini ahead of us. He gets a bit of a wheeling. Wait. Be patient. Be patient. Turn in. It's worked. It's worked as we get close. Oh, goodness me. We were very close to Bez there. The 4th place is still on, ladies and gentlemen. I've had a shocking lap time, though. Really messed this one up. Panicking at the latter stage of this video. Marco Bezzecchi still holding on to 4th, but I'm confident into the final corner, might be able to outbrake him. We've been pretty good into the final left-hander, so into the penultimate corner is turn 14. Go wait for the tight apex. Luca Marini is right behind us here, so I've got to be extremely careful. No! What? Are you joking me? For what? For what? No. Oh, you're kidding me. And there's no long lap. Are you joking me? I can't believe that. What the hell did I get a penalty for? Did I really... oh, no! Did I really touch on the outside of it? I've been Brad Binded. I mean, yeah, oh, for God's sake. What position am I going to finish in? I can't believe that. Let's just ignore it, though. I need to finish this race. For God's sake, I can't believe that. I know it's fair, because rules are rules, and I already abused it so many times this race, so... It is fair, but bloody hell. And all this battling for pretty much nothing. The gap to the riders behind us, I don't know how far Marquez and Vinales are, but they're definitely within the 3 seconds. Oh, that's ridiculous. I can't believe that's just happened. That must have been so bloody close. I can't believe that. To the right-hand side, Luca Marini, I'm going to try and go for it to the outside. You joking me, Luca? Oh, hold it together. Hold it together. Oh my God. That's at least a second now that I've lost. That could put me well out of the points now if I'm not careful. Hopefully not that bad, but Vinales, I've got to get past here, mate. Please move. Oh, I can't believe it. What a way for this race to end here today. I have given it everything. I'm so up against it with this 120% difficulty AI, and now... Oh, and I've completely messed it up into the final corner. Oh, oh, God. We are so far behind. I think we lost around 2 seconds to Marini. That's how far behind it goes, this train. I can't believe it. Oh, I'm so disappointed in myself. Oh, 15th place. Oh my God. And Taka Nakagami still didn't get a point. Oh, of course he didn't, because I got the last point in the 15th. Wait. 15th? Oh, bloody hell. Marquez, 18.2. Yeah, if I'd kept that position after Luca Marini hit me as well, I might have finished in the top 10. Zarco now claimed 3rd place for that championship. He's on a tear at the moment. He's going to be damn near impossible to stop from getting 3rd. I'm annoyed. Sorry, guys, I let you down on that one. That's my bad. I should have stuck... Well, nothing can do about it now, guys. I'll leave the rest of this now for you guys to watch, so if you want to see the championship standings, go ahead. But yeah, sorry, guys. I messed up on that one. That's my bad. I appreciate you watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more content just like this, be sure to subscribe. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.